What's up, man? It's Vash, and I just watched episode 1 of season 2 of my teen comedy love romantic SNAFU. I don't know how to say it in Japanese. I don't even know if I just said it right in English or whatever, but I don't know how to say it in Japanese. It's like Yahari Ore something like that. I don't know how to say it in Japanese. But real talk though, before I get into the review, is it just me or does Hachiman look different in this season than he did in the first season? I got the first season, and I just looked at Hachiman just now, and then I put in season 1. I looked, I'm like, yeah, he looks different. Like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but it's funny because his character was drawn to be like off-putting in season 1. You know what I'm saying? He was an off-putting sort of character. He looked sort of weirdish. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like here in season 2, his eyes are still drawn to just kind of infer that he doesn't imply, I'm sorry, that he doesn't give a fuck. He still has dead eyes. But his overall appearance, he seems to be drawn in a more handsome sort of fashion. And I guess it's because he actually has women who actually do like him. So, I don't know, like, he just looks different in this. You know, when I looked, I was just like, is that him? Like, he got the same eyes. You know what I'm saying? His haircut is slightly different. It's still the same, slightly different. I don't know, maybe the animation is just better and he just looks different because the animation is better. But we got to see all our favorite characters again, man. We got to see Hachiman, and we got to see Yukino, we got to see Yui. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought this episode was great. You know what I'm saying? We got this. Real talk though. Real talk though. I don't like how douchey everybody is in his class. I mean, the fact that that one guy, what's his name, Tobe, because this is what the episode was about. It was about the guy Tobe who wears the pink hoodie or whatever. It was about him or whatever, right? And in class, he's just like, oh man, you going off by yourself. Who are you, Hikitani? And not even saying Hachiman's name, right? Because his last name was what, Hikkigaya or something like that? But it's just completely wrong. He just got it completely fucking wrong. That's the first thing. And he just making these jokes, and Hachiman is like right there. He just kind of like, yeah, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And this is all about what happened in the last season when Hachiman kind of just, you know, berated that girl so that someone could come to her rescue and make her feel better or whatever and take her back downstairs. Remember that shit? And I think it was episode 12 or 13, I think. He kind of talked shit to that girl so that her friends could come to her rescue and he would look more like the bad guy instead of it being her because she ran out on giving this speech because she wanted to fuck the parade up or whatever, or the Founders Festival, whatever it was. She wanted to fuck it up on purpose, you know what I'm saying, because she wasn't directly in charge of it. But he took that animosity and hatred away and put it on himself, almost like on some Lelouch type of shit, right? And that's kind of what they're talking about in this season. It kind of starts off with them still talking about that shit. But then he's in the club room, you know what I'm saying? These characters still talking shit about him or whatever in his classroom. Then he goes to the club room, and then I can't remember the blonde-haired character's name, the one who actually grabbed Hachiman in the last season, and who was kind of like, why you always have to do things like this? He came in with Tobe, and they kind of like, hey, we just want to ask y'all for some advice. You know what I'm saying? And then Tobe just like, no, man, I'm not going to talk about this shit with Hikitani right here. I'm not going to talk about it with him right here, man. You got to be a fool to trust Hikitani. And so Hachiman just kind of, well, fuck it, I just bounced. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just kind of like, yeah, I'm about to leave or whatever. Well, no, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. He actually was, hold on, man, something just happened. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. My phone just kind of vibrated in the package. But yeah, okay, whatever. He was, he kind of was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then Yukino was just kind of like, hey, leave. You know what I'm saying? Can you leave? And Hachiman just kind of like, yeah, just let me know when y'all done. She was like, oh, no, not you. What you doing? Sit down. I was talking about them. Y'all two get out. The ones who just came in, Tobe and the blonde-haired guy. She was like, no, y'all two get out. Y'all ain't even showing us common courtesy. And that was true. She's kind of like, you walking in here, you know what I'm saying, like, asking that we give you assistance, but you're not consulting what you need assistance with a club member. He's, like, Hachiman is in the club. You know what I'm saying? And you telling him to leave, you talking all this shit, and you want eye advice, and you tell me you don't want to talk about it in front of him. You gotta be a fool to trust him. And I'm just kind of like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then turns out that Tobe likes what's her name? Ebina? Yeah, I think that's her name. Hina, I think was her name. Hina Ebina, the girl with the glasses who's a Slash fangirl or whatever. He's in love with her. He wants to confess to her or whatever, and he needs help doing it. You know what I'm saying? And real shit though, I don't understand why everybody in this particular episode, Hachiman's outlook on the way that shit was perceived. I was like, yeah, like That's normal to think. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid to constantly think about the negative shit, but at least he thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that guy, Tobe, was kind of like overly optimistic about this shit. Oh man, I'm friends with the blonde haired dude and blah blah blah. Like, she said that I'm a nice guy. Holy shit. And Hachiman was just kind of like, dude, if she say, yeah, he a nice guy, that means she don't know shit about you. And that's true. That's true when it comes to females. Like, yeah, she said, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. She don't know shit about you. If I were to ask some girls in my class right now what they thought about me, they're like, yeah, you cool, without even knowing. They don't know me. That's just some generic shit that you say about people. I say that shit all the time. All the time. I don't know these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, he cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, Hachiman in this episode, I was like, yeah, I agree with him. He was just like, yeah, you gotta think about what's gonna happen when you get rejected. They were just like, oh, we're going into another Higgy flashback. I'm just kind of like, but he's right though. Like, this dude has to like really take in the ramifications of everything that can happen. So he really got to make sure that this love that he says he has for this girl, make sure that it's true. Make sure that it's real. Make sure that you're willing to lay all that shit down the line. Because again, y'all are a circle of friends. If you do that shit, it can fuck the whole circle up. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that this shit is right. Because what if that girl find out that you actually asked the blonde haired dude for help? Now she's going to be mad at him because he's the one who pushed you into doing this shit. So now they're not going to be talking. See what I'm saying? So I was like, Hachiman was right. But then they go on this school trip to Kyoto, and Hachiman and Yui were just kind of like, yeah, we're just going to give them opportunities to be together. Well, Hachiman didn't really give a fuck, but Yui was more into it, you know what I'm saying? So she's going to try to just push them together on this Kyoto trip. But before they leave, Ebina comes in, and, you know what I'm saying, she goes into this weird spiel about slash love and all this shit. Boys love, for those who don't know what slash means. Boys love. She goes into this weird spiel about that shit, and she's like, Hachiman, you gotta be a sub bottom and all this weird shit. Hachiman's kind of like, nah, this shit not happening. But then she says to him, please. She calls him Hikitani too, which is fun. She was just like, please, keep the status quo. I'm asking you to please keep the status quo. Right then and there, I didn't like that. Right then and there, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking where this is going already. I'm gonna tell you why. That's two conflicting things that they asked him. He asked, Tobe is asking Hachiman and the service club to change the status quo, and she is asking him to keep it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's a conflicting ideology right there, because Tobe wants to date her, and it's obvious from her statement of keeping the status quo, she does not want things to change. That's what she kept talking about. Things are changing within our group, and I'm not sure how to respond to that. I don't like that. And it's obvious she doesn't want things to change. She doesn't want anything to happen. So I'm like, ooh, this is some conflicting shit. I'm not liking this shit, because them asking the group that, but knowing that it's going to end up being on Hachiman, means that something's going to happen, and he's going to end up having to be either the bad guy or the asshole in the situation. That's how it's going to happen. I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, is there ever going to be a silver lining for this character, man? But they go to Kyoto, and Yui and Hachiman are giving them some good opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ebina draws a bad luck fortune, and Hachiman tells Tobe, like, hey, man, I heard that the higher up you put the shit, you know what I'm saying, the better luck you have. And so, you know, Tobe ties it up to the very most top part of the wishing pole thing or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, you know, giving us some good advice, you know. But then we also have some moments between Hachiman and the female characters that I was kind of like, that was nice, you know. So like him and Yui sort of had a moment on the train where he was actually looking at Mount Fuji, because what's the dude's name, the androgynous guy? Fuck. They call him the Prince. I can't remember his name, but fuck, I gotta look these characters up again. They call him the Prince, you know what I'm saying? The one who kind of looks androgynous. He wears the green all the time, and every time he sleeps, he says Hachiman's name. It's weird as shit. I'm still convinced that's a girl. I don't even fuck what nobody says. I'm still convinced that's a girl. I love the joke that they always have. Hachiman, I want to protect that smile. I want to protect that face. I love the jokes, but I'm still convinced that that's a girl. I'm not convinced that that's a boy. I don't even fuck. But he's looking at Mount Fuji, and then Yui comes over and looks or whatever. And she's real close to him. She has a hand on his shoulder, and her boobs are like on this part of his back. And Hachiman actually moves. He moves forward, and so does she. So I was just kind of like, yeah, like he tried to distanced himself and she got close. I'm like, okay, that's already a slap moment right there. She didn't even really realize what's happening, and she just kind of walks away. Then they have another moment inside of that cave thing where they were supposed to like turn that stone and they're supposed to turn blue and they wish supposed to come true. While she was making the wish, he was actually looking at her. He was like, damn. And you could tell for the first time he actually really looked at her. Because he was like, oh shit, you know. And then she looks at him, he was like, oh, nothing. So I'm like, wow, he's starting to recognize her as a female, as a girl. I'm like, it's interesting, you know. And then the last thing that happened was they were doing that water test, you know, that waterfall that happens. I think it's over a shrine or something in Kyoto or whatever. And you're supposed to reach out with that tin cup to drink the water, because I think the water there, like, it tastes different. It has purifying effects, I'm assuming. And she drinks it and she's like, here, you drink. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, ooh, hell no. Ooh, no, I can't even do that, you know. I don't think that'd be a good idea. And she realizes it, you know what I'm saying? She blushes and she turns her head, you know what I'm saying? Pouting and stuff. She was actually upset that he didn't do it. That would have been an indirect kiss, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't do it. But then he runs into Yukino downstairs. She was trying to buy a little item or whatever in the gift shop, and they end up getting abducted by the teacher or whatever, and they just kind of walk together back to the hotel area, you know what I'm saying, where they're staying, where their class is staying or whatever. And then it's a moment between them because she just kind of like, she doesn't know where she's going or whatever. He's just like, yeah, we make a right here, and they're walking, and she's like lagging behind. He's like, hey, you're gonna get lost again, you lag that far behind. And she's just kind of like, no, I have to, pretty much, because it's late and I don't want people to see us together. They don't get the wrong idea. And he just kind of like, oh. And then he walks her back to her hotel or whatever, and then he says he's about to go take a bath and the episode ends. I'm just like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I like this shit though, man. I thought the first season was hilarious. You know, it has some fucked up moments too, like the last part I thought was fucked up, you know, but I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So seeing these characters again, I was happy. I was happy seeing that. But again, Hachiman looks different. I don't think I'm going to put a season 1 shot of him and this season 2 shot, and y'all just tell me if I'm tripping on, man, because he looks different to me. It could be my eyes, because I wasn't watching this episode with my glasses on. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of watching it like this, you know, but he looks different to me. To me, he looks different. I could be fucking wrong, but to me, he looks different, man. But let me know what y'all think about this episode, man. Let me know what you think about everything I'm talking about. If you guys have not seen my previous video, my top 10 things I hate in anime/manga, you can check that out. I'm going to put a link into the description below and all that sort of shit. And I'm going to make another one on Sunday. My 7, I think I want to do 7 anime characters with white hair who are badass. Something random as fuck, I know, but I just kind of thought about it yesterday because I was watching certain animes and I noticed a lot of fucking characters have white hair, so there we go. And by badass, I don't mean they're kick-ass, I mean that to me, they're just some bad motherfuckers, so here we go with that shit though, man. Let me know what you think about everything I talk about though, man. Vaccine. My number 4 thing that I hate, random fucking power-ups. Oh my god, I was watching Battle of the Gods, I was playing Xenoverse, and I just